Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Sherry John Brown come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Al Capone, Scarface, by Megan Friend and Madison Magnus. Welcome to Chicago in the 1920s. A city of partying, gambling, and alcohol.
Until January 17, 1920, when the 18th Amendment went into effect. This amendment to the U.S. Constitution banned the manufacture, sale, and transportation of alcoholic beverages in the United States. To some, it seemed as if Chicago, along with the rest of the country, was about to settle down, clean up its act, and become a safer place. That was not the case. Actually, the city of Chicago was about to take a turn for the worse. Areas across the country were suffering from the rise of organized crime in the forms of gangs, prostitution, and gambling. And Chicago itself was about to be turned upside down by the most famous bootlegger and gangster of all time, Al Capone, otherwise known as Scarface.
Al was born to Gabriel Capone and Teresina Raiola in Brooklyn, New York in 1899, exactly 21 years before the 18th Amendment was ratified. Both immigrants from Italy, his mother was a seamstress and his father was a barber. Gabriel and Teresa had 9 children, one which, ironically, became a Prohibition agent. Supposedly, Capone showed a great deal of promise in his Catholic school until he got expelled at the age of 14 for hitting his female teacher in the face. It was at this time that Capone would have his first run-ins with the law, joining various small gangs including the 5 Point Gang and the Bowery Boys. Then, at the age of 19, Capone would have his first and only son, cleverly named Sonny, and marry a young Catholic girl named May. Shortly after moving from New York to Chicago with his family, Al was recruited by Johnny Torrio, the most notorious and vicious gangster around.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Together, they would create the most powerful gangs in the country, with the initial Torrio Capone organization and the famous Chicago outfit. Capone would finally get his big break when in 1925, Torrio, severely injured in an attack by the North Side Gang, turned his business over to Capone and returned to Italy. Soon, he controlled nearly every casino and speakeasy throughout the city and began raking in $100 million for the Chicago outfit each year. He became a celebrity throughout Chicago, gathering widespread media attention and being glamorized as a hero. He's quoted as saying, "I am just a businessman, giving the people what they want. And all I do is satisfy a public demand."
All Chicagoans' eyes were on him, but Al Capone didn't want the responsibility of being a public figure. Lucky for him, he was about to lose it. February 14, 1929, Valentine's Day. The Northside Gang was Capone's largest, if not only rival, led by George "Bugs" Morgan. Under Al's command, 2 of Capone's men posed as police officers, raided the Northside Gang's warehouse used for various crimes, and led the men to believe they were busted and under arrest. Capone's men then ordered the gang to stand facing the wall, having them under the belief that they were about to be handcuffed. Suddenly, the 2 killers opened fire with Thompson submachine guns, shooting their victims left and right, even continuing to fire after all 7 had hit the floor. It was this event, along with the murder of a beloved Chicago politician, suspectedly at Capone's hand, that turned Chicagoans against him. Once seen as a sort of hero, Capone had been irresponsible with his fame and turned himself into the villain of Prohibition, portraying himself to the public as a cold-blooded killer. Along the way, he had taken away the natural rights of countless people. Although the exact number of Capone's victims is unknown, however, of all things, it was Al Capone's irresponsibility with his taxes that eventually landed him in jail.
For a while, Capone even found a way to be treated like a king in jail, bribing wardens and living in a furnished room. But this all came to an end when Capone got transferred to Alcatraz, the jail of no escape, and there was no getting out of this one. During his stint in jail, the 21st Amendment would be passed, repealing the 18th Amendment, diminishing organized crime, and, for better or worse, giving America back its right to drink. Al Capone would eventually be released and live a few short years of peace with his family before dying of an infection. Regardless, his legacy would live on forever.
Say good night to the bad guy. Go on. The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.
Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Chevy John Brown come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do?